you. Okay. Hi, hello, I'm Savannah if you're new to my channel. Today I wasn't really feeling like doing something that was super structured, so I thought why not do something a little bit more casual. And for those of you that don't know me in person, you probably wouldn't know that art is a really big part of my life. I went to an arts high school for visual arts. I also took visual arts in IB, but it's generally just been something that's been really important to me since I was really little. And I thought, what better way to chat with you guys than paint while I do that? So another thing I really quickly want to say is thank you so much for 500 subscribers. It really means the world to me. I really cannot wait to post about my life at Minerva and my life in general, my passions, my interests. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. It really does support me and encourages me to keep going, so thank you. So before I start chatting away, I'm going to explain what I'm actually painting. So first, I have a little sketch. I don't think you can see it just because of the exposure, but once I start painting, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. In case you're wondering what it is, I don't know why, but I have this weird thing for painting lips. Maybe it's a tried idea, maybe it's a cliche. I'm sorry to my old art teachers, however, that's just like a really easy, fun thing I like to do, and it's really good practice in terms of painting realistically, and I really like that. So that's what I'm doing. I have the reference photo right here. I cannot for the life of me figure out who took this photograph, so I'm really sorry to the photographer. If anyone knows who it is, please tell me and I will absolutely credit them, but I cannot figure out who it is. Anyway, this is the reference photo. It is lips with honey. I think I'm only gonna do the actual lips. I don't want this to be like a super complicated painting. I just want to chit chat with you guys. I want to do something while I do that. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to do something that I just know I can do pretty easily and not worry too much about that. So I've never painted from the side, so we're going to see what happens. I have my palette, I have my brushes and paints. I'm just going to set that up first. For those of you who are curious, I'm using the Pebeo? I don't even know how to say this. I don't even know what I'm trying. The Pebeo Studio Oil color, and I don't typically use pre-made colors. I'll really stick to well, primary. I know they're not real primary colors, but primary-ish colors, red, yellow, and blue, and then I'll add in white to that. But I don't use black and I don't use pre-made mixed colors. That's just my preference. Not that it's better or worse, that's just how I do it. With oil, a little goes a really long way. So this is my palette right now. That's what that looks like, and let's start painting. I literally have not painted since I was doing IB art a few months ago, so I'm sorry if I'm rusty. So I first wanted to talk a little bit about what the heck happened with UWC. For those of you who don't know, I went to an international boarding school in Costa Rica, and I had to fly home because of COVID. We were lucky enough at UWC Costa Rica to have sort of an unofficial graduation, and that I'm so grateful for because it kind of gave us a little bit of closure before we all kind of flew away pretty quickly. And that was really nice. It was honestly incredible that it was done so quickly, and it really showed how much they cared about us. Also, on top of that, we were given a last meeting with everybody online, and that meant that we had a chance to sort of see all 200 of our faces one more time. Not that everybody showed up, but quite a few did. And then from there, they kind of did this online ceremony where they had the students that were still on campus and the staff and the teachers come in, but all sort of distance themselves as they were doing this walkthrough of the school, which was really sweet and very thoughtful of them to do. I have graduated from UWC Costa Rica. That is done. Like, I guess that chapter has kind of closed. The only thing is I'm still working on the yearbook. One of my really good friends and I are yearbook leaders, and yeah, it turns out that kind of becomes difficult when a pandemic happens and a lot of work in general, and we're still not done. So that's happening. I'm pretty much done with UWC at this point, which is really bizarre because it was my dream for so many years, and now it's just like done. But I'm good, I'm happy. I mean, I'm going to Minerva, as I think a lot of you know. I made a video on what Minerva is if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, but it's the university I'll be going to in the coming fall. I'm realizing how difficult it is to concentrate on this and talk, so I'm just gonna fast forward through some bits so you can just watch me paint. So if anyone's wondering what the heck is going on with Minerva, every year Minerva has 2 rounds of what they call Ascent, which is sort of a, I don't know how to describe it, it's a weekend where you fly to San Francisco and you meet your upperclassmen, you look around the residence halls, you explore the city, you get a little bit of an idea of what life at Minerva would be like. So I got into Minerva in November, so I could have gone to the Ascent, which is in the beginning of, it was in the beginning of 2020. I was actually going to, I almost booked a flight, but it ended up clashing with the things I was doing at UWC, so I didn't end up going. But I was supposed to go, and then for the second one, which I was then going to go to because I hadn't gotten to go to the first, COVID happened, so that was not really a possibility. And instead of just, you know, doing nothing, Minerva decided to do an online Ascent. So we had this online interactive trial of the classes, discussion kind of thing, and it was just a full day of basically Zoom calls. Since then we had to do these summer assessments, which consisted of 3 tests. There was one in programming, math, and writing, and they each took between 2 to 4 hours depending on your level of abilities in that subject. And then we were graded on a level of like check plus, or check minus, and if you got a check minus you'd have to redo the assessment in, I think it's August. But either way you had to study over the summer these 3 major areas of, I almost said areas of knowledge, that I'm realizing like that is TOK. Oh, one quick thing I forgot to mention about UWC, I still have friends on campus or in Costa Rica, which is very upsetting and just overall a shitty situation, especially because the people on campus are people that weren't really usually able to go home for December, or in some cases couldn't even go home over the summer, which is so shitty because one of my really good friends hasn't gone home in 2 years basically and is still on campus, which I think is it just sucks, and I wish I could be of more help, but I know there's not really much I can do. So from here with Minerva, I've actually done all the assessments, I finished those, I even got my results back, and now we are doing the sort of summer prep study work, which is actually quite extensive. It's quite a long list of things that we need to study, and quite an intricate system that they've developed in order to make us do it. I actually am quite excited to get some of that stuff done. I'm curious about Python and programming. I've never done it before, so it's very, very new to me, which is kind of fun because I don't feel like I should know it. I really have never been taught how to, so I'm gonna sort of figure it out as I go. With the math, I don't have to do all of the work, but I do have to study like certain subjects that they felt I should refresh on. And then with the writing, I don't actually have to do anything. I'm good with that section. However, they sent us readings regardless. So the readings I'm off to do. There's a book I need to read. I cannot remember the name. I think it's called Think Fast and Slow by David something. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll put it here. So yeah, I've just been trying to arrange that sort of study schedule. Do I feel productive? Not really. Do I feel on top of things? Not really. Do I feel like very motivated? Not really. I don't feel really anything. This is a weird place to be in life for everybody, I think. The world is chaotic. I don't really know how to manage it, which I'm sure a lot of people feel. And yeah, it's just weird. The other thing I'm doing is my job a little bit here and there. So I've worked since I was 16 at a framing store. Every time I would come back for December or for the summer, my boss would rehire me. It's a really small little business and it's custom framing. Because of the pandemic, people aren't spending as much on anything really, which is totally understandable because a lot of people lost their jobs or have reduced salaries, and that means that there's a lot less business. But I guess since people are in their homes a lot, they're looking at their walls and wanting to get things framed, maybe. So I've been working just a little bit. It's really little, like it's once, maybe twice a week. I've literally worked like 2 shifts so far. So nothing big, but it's definitely a good little fun thing to do. Alright, so I'm gonna end here just because I'm a perfectionist and I know I could paint all day. If you liked this format, leave a comment down below, just let me know and I'll try and do more of it in the future. Anyway, I think that's all there is for today. If you want to see more of my face, subscribe. Alright, have a wonderful week and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.